This video has been driving me insane. I only just saw it today because of YoCat over here, right here, right here. Yeah. My brain is confused now on what to believe. Help! I'm just freaking out about this because first we get this.
Is Wharf Pat, and we are joined.
Wharf Pat. And everything that's in this is literally my entire thought on WTF happened to my perception of reality. And let's just make a reaction to slash theory video to this, you know? Let's just get started. Yeah, this confused me. I was like, what?
Hello, Internet. Welcome to Game Theory. My name is Wharf Pat, and we are joined on the couch today by a very special guest. It's the man you love to tolerate, Matt Pat. Let's give him a round of applause, shall we? What? It's time for your interview. How about it's time to not have a cringy intro joke at the expense of Markiplier personalities? I don't think you get to decide what happens here today, Matt Pat.
Yes! We're tired of living.
First of all, these two, this, and this. I was confused when I first watched this. I know I've already watched this as the title or intro of this video as said. But when I first watched this, I was just WTFing in my
In
head.
your shadow, Matt Pat. It's time that we take back control.
Take back control? Since when did my channel have all these cheesy alter egos? Nothing is as it seems.
Nothing is as it seems.
I'm king of the squirrels.
My head is just like...
Hello everybody, my name is Matt Pat, and welcome back to Game Theory. The show where I'm constantly asking myself the deep existential questions like what qualifies as a game theory and what qualifies as a film theory. Well, that line's about to get a bit blurrier since smack dab in that juicy gray area is today's episode. An episode where I work to expose the secrets of Markiplier, one of YouTube's top gamers, top channels, and top creators. But when I say expose, I'm not asking you to whip out your tub of popcorn Keemstar style or start the Markiplier is over party hashtag trending on Twitter. I'm not Shook or T-Spill after all. Nope, Markiplier is far from over. In fact, he's only just beginning. You see, the secrets I'm exposing today are the pieces of a conspiracy that he's been seeding across multiple channels and dozens of videos for nearly 5 years. An underlying plot woven throughout his and other creators' up.
Just to let you know, I have my hand on the spacebar demand. On demandly on the spacebar, so I can
That even his most hardcore of fans probably overlooked. But now that he's empowered to make whatever he wants,
I have the opportunity to make literally whatever I want, whenever I want.
the mystery is all starting to crack open, and as evidenced by the recent Go Back to Sleep, will soon take over the channel.
Okay, so there, now it's working. Now the buttons of the greater and less arrows work. They didn't work before, but now they do for me. What? Are the Eagles gonna take over the channel? So many theories to ponder, so many to probably...
So what truth am I exposing about Markiplier's channel? What lies in the future for Markiplier? Well, loyal theorists, it's simple. He's gonna be revealed as a murderer. Let me...
Now when I heard that, I was like, what? In my head, I was like, what? What the heck? Huh? So then when I watched through the video, I was like, oh, okay. Now
Explain. Over the course of 6 years, Markiplier has done over 4,000 videos on YouTube. People wonder why so many YouTubers these days are talking about burnout. Anyway, in order to do that much content, you're gonna need to test out a lot
Wacky Idea Emporium, YouTube Content Pro Bundle. Seriously.
of wacky ideas, and Mark's videos are certainly no exception. From staring at a banana for 5 minutes to carving pumpkins dressed like a little German girl. Wait, 3 3 million views on 5 minutes of him watching a banana? 2 million on him warming up his voice? What am I doing with my life? Why would I spend tens to sometimes hundreds of hours working on a video? But perhaps most notably has been him introducing various characters into his Let's Plays and comedic sketches over the years. Some, like Googleplier, Dr. E. Plier, and Bim Trimmer, appear in a small handful of videos, but then you have others that are more well-known recurring personalities like the pink-mustached Wilford Wolfstache and the evil Darkiplier. Now, here's where things start to get really interesting. Unlike most other YouTubers who would use these characters as just one-off jokes, it's becoming increasingly clear that Mark is using them to create an extended universe.
Okay, so when you hear extended universe, you're probably obviously gonna immediately think, oh, that's what Jack's doing with his egos. He wants to create a storyline on them. But Mark did that first with Dark and Wilford. We don't know if he's gonna do more with frickin' Googleplier, with Host, with Dr. Plier, with any other egos, King of Squirrels. Even though it's pretty simple to begin with. But I think now that both fandoms are on fire if they watch this video. If you haven't watched this video itself, I'll put a link in the description. I promise. I'll put a link in the description for you to watch it for yourself, because, oh god, all you theorists out there are gonna love this. Are gonna love freaking
Of sorts, and that these alter egos, led by Darkiplier, are actually engaged in a plot to overtake Mark's channel. A plot that we're in the midst of watching unfold in the non-gameplay focused uploads. It all begins with what seems like a throwaway joke at the end of an upload in mid-2017 titled Markiplier TV, in which Wilford Wolfstache is in a pitch meeting with the other alter egos. But Darkiplier implies that there's something bigger up his black and white glitchy sleeve.
How's this supposed to help us keep back control?
And when I saw that line, I was like, huh? What does that mean? Help!
Take back control seems to imply that the alter egos are out to become the main focus of the channel. And if that seems too meta for you, it's not. Later on in the scene,
Yeah, but also if the egos were the main focus of the channel, I think everyone would start commenting, I want more original Mark videos, I want more gameplay videos, I want more blah, 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 instead of us, the Markiplier watchers, asking, where's Dark? Where's Host? Where's frickin' Dr. Plier? Where's Bim? Where's Google? More content, more ego content, etc., etc. The list goes on. They would stop replying and giving Mark suggestions of the ego ideas, and replace them with Mark, just Mark. And they would, if that happened, and the main focus was, what I'm trying to say here is, if the main focus was just the egos, I'm pretty sure that would get a little old after a while, because then people would shift from saying, I want more ego videos, to, I want Mark, etc., etc. The list goes on, also. So yeah, I think that would get old after a while, unless we need more theory content, we're just not thirsty for ego content, you know?
Darkiplier acknowledges that the channel exists. Dark also.
And I also didn't hear that in that video. I just heard a bunch of. I didn't hear that what Darkiplier said. I just heard was this. Whatever something this means. I don't know.
Also knows that the only reason he continues to exist is that the audience cares about him. It's something that Mark openly acknowledges about the character's lore when he's asked about it. As he posted on Tumblr, quote, I should do it in Markiplier's voice. I'm Markiplier. I'm Markiplier for the people.
Yeah. This is what confused me the most. For the people picking Darkiplier as their favorite character, hand quote, that not buying anything of this, per their favorite character of mine. I don't know who Darkiplier is. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Stop lying. He is not a character. What? At this moment, I was starting to think, what? Huh? And then I started to read more. I play. I don't even know when you start calling him by that name. You made him real, and he knows who you are. Why did you do this? So simple, I have several answers and questions to your questions in your mind right now. Question 1, if you're asking, wait, why does he not know who Darkiplier is? Didn't he basically create the character and bring it to life while we just drawing fan art of it and showing him with Auntie and stuff? And other egos are part of his... And yes, we did create the concept of Darkiplier from God knows what. From God knows what videos or something. And he brought that to life. created him. We drawed him. We created what he is, what kind of designs and clothes he wears, and what he sounds like, of course. But Mark brought him to life, and a bunch of other egos we probably never thought about in our entire lives, except for a dark ego, except for a dark side ego. Of course, we did the same thing for that of Auntie. Of course, we also did that for Auntie and other dark egos that we probably did not do. I don't know. Because Jack brought Auntie to life when we drawed him. As the same as we brought Darkiplier to life while Mark drawed. Wait, what? The same as Mark brought Darkiplier to life while we drawed him. See what I'm doing out here? We created the Antisepticeye and Darkiplier, and Mark and Jack brought them to life. Now, I don't mean to bring Jack into this, alright? Jack can go stay in his little happy corner of thinking about character lore and backstories for his egos, but still. I had to bring that up, because we all created Anti and Dark. It's not like they sprout a evil character out of their minds. They probably looked for us. They probably looked to the audience for a dark ego. Now, of course, I think, Now, of course, Dark is older in time than Auntie. Auntie only got brought to life after literally October 10th. I don't know what prompted Jack to bring him to life, or where he saw the pictures of drawings of Antisepticeye from. But yeah, he was just appearing in 2016. Meanwhile, Dark was probably appearing in 2014 or something, or whenever his first appearance video was. Though, yeah, I don't know. I have no idea anymore, you know. This is just mixing me up, you know. I'm talking a lot about this topic for some reason. Just like big, just blah, 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 blah. He doesn't even know why we call him Darkiplier, but he seems fine with it. So why are you complaining now? And yes, we did make him real, because we all drawed fan art of him. As I said, we drawed fan art of him while Mark created him to life. Actually brought him to life, and created a backstory. And how does he know who we are? Because Mark said in like a live stream of going over Darkiplier, he's a separate entity from Mark. He's not the same person. So how does he know if we exist if he's a separate character? I'm going in depth on this because I can, you know. And then, why did we do this? Well, I don't know why we did this. We have no idea why we did this. Why did we do this?
Picking Darkiplier as their favorite character of mine. I don't know who Darkiplier is. He is not a character I play. I don't even know when you all started calling him by that name. You made him real. 10 out of 10 YouTuber impressions, ladies and gentlemen. Brizzy voices.
And then Matt doesn't even mention it. Doesn't even mention those lines of that post.
I am not. In fact, Darkiplier's lack of focus on the channel in the past irks him. After the character was put on hiatus for a while, he makes a surprise reappearance in the middle of Mark's Valentine's Day special, A Date with Markiplier, where he reveals his frustrations.
I've been pushed aside, replaced, mocked.
And this is something that Mark openly acknowledges about the character in one of his charity live streams as he speaks candidly about the creation of this scene.
I joked about Darkiplier because it didn't seem like something people wanted to take seriously. Darkiplier is a completely separate entity from who I am. But
see, that's what I said. Darkiplier is a completely different entity from who Mark is. So how does he know we exist if he is his own character, probably?
He admires...
And for all you OCD people out there, I know that 2 Twitter notifications are bothering you, so I'm just going to take care of that for you, okay? There. It's about this. You're welcome.
What I've accomplished. He's a social manipulator. He is literally 100% manipulative. He leads you into this false sense of security, and he wants you to trust him because he wants to take advantage of you.
So basically what we're talking about here is Markiplier's Legion of Doom, a creepy, manipulative, evil persona leading a band of alter egos to take down Mark and steal his success. But why then is there this emphasis on...
So basically, Dark is the Joker of the of the ego.
Darkiplier being a separate entity from Mark. To understand that, we need to look at Mark's most ambitious project to date, Who Killed Markiplier? Last October, Markiplier launched a 4-part miniseries titled Who Killed Markiplier, along with an ancillary website to house more of the mysteries and pieces of evidence.
By the way, I did not see all of these images when I looked on the website when the episodes came out.
First seems like a beautifully shot, goofy little murder mystery a la Clue actually turns into the origin story for Mark's most prominent, most dangerous alter egos, Wilford Dwarfstache and Darkiplier. The story goes thusly. When Markiplier, yeah, just regular old sexy-voiced King of FNAF Markiplier, winds up dead at a poker night with his childhood friends Damien and the over-the-top Colonel, it's up to you and Abe the detective to discover the culprits and answer the—
Do you guys remember when I did the playlist on that? Yeah, good times. Yeah, good times. I remember the last video of the Who Killed Markiplier getting over 100 views. If you look at my popular videos section on my channel, it's probably there somewhere. But now, right now, it's literally... But now, the top video of my channel is literally #free Mark video I made of gorillas. I don't know what views that is at, as if it's... I don't know what views it's at now, but... Thanks anyway, you know?
that you might think would be pretty obvious by the end of the 4 videos, but isn't really. To get a truly complete picture of the solution to this mystery, you have to pick apart subtle clues hidden in the videos. A room appearing here, a female hand there, the lilt in a voice, the repeated motif of red and blue colors, or honestly, you could just watch Mark's I Explain Everything video for 3 hours.
We're gonna play the video here, and we're gonna play it in like half speed and talk about it from top to bottom.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna watch that later if there's a description down here. Wait, hold on. Let me see if there's a link to that video. No, there's not. There's frick. There's not. Now I have to go look it up and crap. Did Markiplier do this? Probably not.
Long story short, Mark, Damien, and the Colonel all grew up together. Mark falls in love and marries a girl named Celine, who gets stolen away, not in a romantic way, by Jumanji Reject.
I thought here's what my brain processed at that moment when I saw that video. I was like, wait, I thought Celine was Wilford's ex-girlfriend, not Mark's wife.
Over there, Mark, heartbroken, hatches a plot for revenge, in which he gets the friends together for a poker night, then plans to fake his death, for lack of a simple explanation.
First, I don't think he faked his death in that series. He literally probably killed, in these series, not in like the Blue video, he's still alive, as you can see. But I think in the character Markiplier, in the Who Killed Markiplier, I think he actually died. And I don't think he faked his death, because we can all see his dead body on the floor under Celine and Damien when they're wherever they are.
And framed the Colonel for his murder. Oh, and the house is controlled by an evil entity in charge of a parallel plane of existence that can bring people back to life. You know, just a minor detail there in the story. In the end, the revenge plot works, just not in the way he expects. Mark's soul steals Damien's body, the Colonel goes insane after watching his friends die and then come back to life, and your body, yes, you, the character that you play in this whole story, your body ends up getting possessed by the red spirit of Celine, the blue spirit of Damien, and a little sprinkling in of evil house entity for flavor.
Yeah. So this is, of course, my own theory of... What? Of, are we Darkiplier in general? Because in Who Killed Markiplier, that's basically implying that we are a shared spirit with Damien, Celine, and whatever entity that's haunting the house. Which obviously creates Darkiplier.
The Colonel, convinced that death is now meaningless, goes on to become the insane killer/news reporter Wilford Dwarfstache. You can tell because his red suspenders fade to pink as they age. And your character's unique mix of souls becomes Darkiplier, as evidenced by the female hand grabbing the cane and the red and blue split motif that comes with Darkiplier appearances that directly mirrors the blue soul of Damien and the red...
See, this is what I'm talking about. Celine, Damien, Mark's in character Mark dead body right here.
soul of Celine. Oh, and you as the person who's been watching this whole time, well, you're left...
I don't know, LTD people, I got it. You don't have to point it out to me. Oh, okay, notification, whatever. I got you guys, don't worry. I got you.
behind as irrelevant, helplessly watching Darkiplier as he...
Trust me, I hate it when people just have social medias open and there's like a bunch of notifications either on their YouTube, through aka this, or their Twitter, or Tumblr, or Instagram or something.
walks away with your body. Now, here's why all this is important. It establishes an internal lore with the channel. Mark isn't what he seems. Markiplier, by being a
And here we go again.
key figure in all these narratives, is himself a character just like Wilford or Darkiplier is. A character who devised a plot to kill someone, possess their body, and continue on with their life, which includes a life creating a successful YouTube channel. That's how Darkiplier can say things like,
And then he had the gall to not invite me to his little adventure with you.
that
Event show.
clip from A Date with Markiplier is happening after the events of Who Killed Markiplier. We know this, one, because Dark exists in the first place, and two, because of this line,
I'm tired of giving people a choice.
which is a direct reference to this moment from Who Killed Markiplier.
I won't force this on you. You have a choice here.
What this means is that any video at any time on the Markiplier channel can be Mark in character. In fact, they could
See, this is the moment where Pat explains that, and my brain is just like, what? I don't get this. What?
all be Mark in this character. It's canon to the lore of this Mark v Dark storyline that he's created. And if we're being honest, Mark's character in this fictional metaverse is, quite frankly, a jerk.
Welcome, welcome, one and all. My name is Markiplier. Now, this evening, it's not all about the poker. It's not all about me. It's about you.
Sure, he went through this personal heartache at the hands of the Colonel, but he went on to steal the body of his friend. And look at this. We see it in the meta ending of A Date with Markiplier.
I used to be somebody. Maybe not something good, but I was somebody who worked on great projects. Now I'm working on this bull.
Yeah. I didn't even think about that when I was going through the Who Killed Markiplier without probably recording it at all. But if I did record it, feel free to tweet it at me. My Twitter's right here. Literally, this is my Twitter. Right here. Feel free, you know?
Obviously, this is
But also, I didn't even look over that scene as, like, anything until this video. It was, like, a ending, yeah. Like, past me was just thinking, oh, it's an ending, whatever, you know? A mid-ending, you know? And now me is just like, what?
isn't the Markiplier that we know and love who's creating this series for us to watch. Adding to that, we know that this is an older Mark who's been in a long-term committed relationship because of this line.
Any calls?
Your kids called.
I don't care. Tell me when my agent calls me.
It's Mark inside Damien's body, but it goes beyond just the scripted narrative sketches. Listen to this from one of his normal vlogs.
I make videos, but I can make great videos.
Would Mark the person ever call his work bad? Or be this arrogant on camera? Or is this Mark the character? Here are some other good quotes from that particular vlog.
I used to be someone that wanted to be someone else, the soul behind the channel. And so Mark took the back seat. You know what I mean?
Even stuff like this.
I haven't been honest. I haven't been open.
Mark, you talk openly to the audience all the time in live streams, vlogs, whatever. Unless, of course, when you say you're not being honest, you really mean that you're not being honest about who you really are. And if you think I'm just stretching out this fourth wall breaking theory on Mark's channel, I'm not. The characters have been breaking out and crossing over into the non-skit videos. Special thanks to Reddit user FNAF Theorist 13 who alerted us to this one.
Hold on, let's read this. Film theory, Wilford mother-loving Wharfstache, and Who Killed Markiplier. Film theory, spoiler, I don't care. So Mark has been creating this crazy world around his alter egos. Darkiplier, Wilford Wharfstache. Recently, he released his follow-up to his five-part series, Who Killed Markiplier, called Wilford Mother-Loving Wharfstache. Now Mark in the video, I've linked to the above or whatever. Sorry if I can't read. My mouth isn't like working today apparently. Has explained. Help! I can't speak today for some reason. Explicitly said not to overthink the new video. We know that, even though hardcore theorists like me and other people go over theories all the time when this happens. And probably take it too far. However, a viewer in the comments shout out that name right there. I can't pronounce right here. I can't pronounce his name. Said, hey, for the people who are theorists, I noticed that obviously Wharfstache had an afro in this. When Mark was playing Doki Doki Literature Club, he put little poems in the description. We saw, everyone went crazy, and didn't know who was writing it, but now we do, because we will probably all watch this video right now. At first, I thought those were in the view of Markin of Who Killed Markiplier, but the first one mentions an afro, so it's Warfstache. Then I don't know. I'm not a theorist. I am, so yes, it's referring to that. But I hope this helps someone who's good at theorizing. Yo, cat, do your work. Yo, cat, me, I'll do work. We'll do our work. Go check out the poems. This struck me as odd because I had seen all of Mark's videos on DDLC, but I never bothered to really read his poems in depth. I went back and reread them in the tone of each poem. And he reiteration, whatever, of details from both. Why do I want to keep referring as WKM as YKM? Young Killed Markiplier. I have no idea why I want to say YKM when it's WKM. I don't know either. Of Who Killed Markiplier and Wilford Mother-Loving Warfstache is incredible. Now, Who Killed Markiplier was last updated November 20th, 2017. Mark's playthrough of DDLC ended on January 1st, 2018. Yep. So the story he wanted to tell was still relatively fresh in his mind.
But take a look at Mark's playthrough of Doki Doki Literature Club, and you see how Darkiplier's plan is in full effect here. Each video has a poem written in the description box by a different character. Not Yuri or Monica and the rest of the club like you would expect, but by Wilford, Darkiplier, and some other characters from Who Killed Markiplier. The first poem is clearly by Wilford, since the closing line is "Let's have some fun," which is the same mentality as Wilford's final lines of
"Why don't we have a little fun?"
The opening line of the poem also mentions, "Once upon a time I had an afro," and wouldn't you know it, but 7 months after this video was posted, we get ourselves Wilford Mother-Lovin' Warfstache. The
Yep. Okay, of course I'm gonna do this, because I know all you guys out there. Oh, wait, what? Quotes from Jack's panel. I still need to read that. I still need to watch Jack's panel on YouTube since I missed it.
Of Wilford's story post Who Killed Markiplier, and what do we have? Him in an afro. This is elaborate stuff that is spanning years on this channel. Episode 4's poem comes from Darkiplier. The mention of thrones and kings directly connects to the way he speaks in Darkiplier versus Antisepticon.
This world, only one of us can control.
And the most important one is reserved for Markiplier himself. In episode 5's description, a mind you'll break, a soul you'll shake, a life you'll take. It's all your fault. It's about Mark, and how in the story he intentionally broke the Colonel's mind and then shook Damien's soul free from his body to steal it, and how he's eventually going to kill someone on the channel. So why does any of this matter? Well, first, we just confirmed that a top YouTuber is a murderer. He's kinda like Ennard. He scooped the soul out of someone else's body and spaghetti roboted his soul into it. And this revelation is something that Mark can canonically roll out on any video at any time. You'll never actually be sure which Mark is speaking to you, actual Mark or character Mark. It's incredible.
Yeah, this is what put my mind on a brain twist and a mind break, because now I'm gonna be thinking, okay, who's talking now, the character Mark or actual Markiplier Fishbach? That Mark Fishbach, who I don't know.
Incredibly meta, but even more importantly, it gives you a preview as to the direction his channel's headed. Clearly, there is this literal Legion of Doom fighting for control over Mark's channel, and Mark is now building out their backstory. Wilford Mother-Lovin' Warfstache was a continuation of the Who Killed Markiplier storyline, where we see the Colonel assume his new identity as Wilford and start developing his signature pink mustache. And now, with Go Back to Sleep teasing a return of Darkiplier, it looks like the alter egos are truly making their move to take back control over the channel. We even see the returning motif of a retro TV, just like in Markiplier TV. Even the line,
now I didn't even notice there were words in that video. I need to watch that back now. Actually, I'm gonna watch this back right now, you know? I'm gonna do that right now. New tab. Now, I'm gonna make you forced to do this even though this video is already this much long, but you know, life. It's life. It's my deal. Okay, oh my god. Yes, that's very scary. I know, just ignore it. Just ignore it. You know, okay, go back to sleep. Let's see if we hear any words. Is there CC subtitles to this? Thanks, YouTube. Or subtitles to... No, there's not. Okay. You made this place for broken things, but some things can't be fixed. That. Trust me, I love to, but I have to go to sleep. There it is. You made this place. You built this place. Now, who is this? Dark or... I think it's dark because look at the blue and red and whatever that color is right there. Do we hear anything else? Now I don't know what that is. All I heard was absorb this place. What? I need subtitles for this, or else I probably won't be able to understand what Dark's saying. Now the one part I can understand the end and the you built this place, you made this place part, but what the heck? That. And that. What the heck was that? We couldn't understand that even if we tried. So if anyone has gotten subtitles on this, please, I need to know what this says. Please, I need to know what that middle thing says, or is this just like random blabbering? Now let's go through this video frame by frame now, since it's working now. Now, a random room with doors. Not a good sign, of course. A hand. Whatever this is. Whatever horrifying whatever this is. Oh god. Wait. Whatever this is. Eyeballs. And then that, of course. So let's go all the way back to see who we see. There we go. Of course, static TV. And then just a forest. More static. And whatever this is, probably dark. And that's probably Celine. You never know. And whatever this place is. And whoever's hand that is. And whatever I saw. So, thank you. So, yeah, round of applause to me for analyzing that, for you guys to theorizing crap and stuff. Back to the video.
It's a reference to the channel, how Mark made it at a time when he was at his
that's the you broke things.
lowest of lows. Family tragedy, broken relationship, medical trouble, jobless. But this time, based on the creepy imagery, it looks like it might be telling the story of Celine. Notice the female figure floating there in the abandoned cabin in the woods. Could it be where the Colonel kidnapped Celine to? We'll have to wait and see. But lastly, and most importantly, this matters because this is the cool stuff that is just so exciting to see on YouTube. Talented visionaries getting to make the stuff that they wouldn't be allowed to make anywhere else. A choose-your-own-adventure dating series, a Clue mystery with dark horror themes, a brain-bending ARG that ties it all together and blurs the lines between reality and fiction. That's what I've always loved most about YouTube. The creative freedom that can't be found anywhere else. And I hope that other creators are able to follow Mark's example. And that the platform rewards that creativity in kind. But hey, that's just a theory.
Wait, let's see. Let's see what the heck is this. Hey Mark, say rum. Rum. Is this how you spell Hey, Matt Pat, say doll. Oh.
Who even cares at this point? A theory!
Hey.
Bye-bye!
A YouTube theory. Yeah. So that was all the things going on in my mind while watching this video. So bye-bye. I'm gonna have to spend a crap ton of long time uploading this video.